everybody, welcome back to the podcast, the Project Investigation Collaboration, the podcast brought to you by the Veritas Project. And as always, we are hosted by Robert Curtis, founder of the Veritas Project.
Hello.
And I am the lead investigator, Todd Boyer. And welcome everybody to the Mandela Effect podcast.
Yep.
So we have been seeing an absolute ton of these lately.
Yeah.
And they seem to continually grow. Like, I've seen more and more and more. First, there was a couple, and now there's, like, multitudes.
Right.
To include biological stuff.
Yeah.
So, stuff that we learned that obviously isn't the same anymore.
Right. Anatomy that we learned in school has changed.
So, a lot of interesting stuff we're going to cover this morning. We'll go through some of these different Mandela effects, and then we're going to go through some of the conspiracies of them. Some of the most popular ones, like the Berenstain Bears or the Berenstein Bears.
Right.
So, you know, a lot of people remember it as S-T-A-I-N, and it is actually S-T-E-I-N. Or actually, I'm sorry, it is S-T-A-I-N. That's reversed. Yeah. It is actually A-I-N.
Right.
Excuse me. So it was, people thought it was the Berenstein. It's the Berenstain Bears. Now, that's one I don't remember because I wasn't a big, Berenstain Bears person. I don't recall how to
I think that was kind of like the first one that got me into this because I distinctly remember the Berenstein Bears.
Amy, thank you very much for the corn on the TikTok live. It's corn. It's a big lump with knobs. It has the juice.
It has the juice.
So yes, we are currently live on TikTok and on YouTube as we record this. So the next one, the Monopoly Man monocle.
Yeah.
Now, I do remember the monocle. So I am an old timeliner.
Right.
Like, I do remember the monocle originally, and now suddenly he doesn't have a monocle.
Yeah.
So
weird. That's a weird one.
That's a weird one because I distinctly remember the monocle.
Yeah. I do too.
So what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments which ones you guys remember, which way, or Yeah,
which version do you remember from your timeline,
So Febreze. Okay. Is it F-E-B-R-E-E-Z-E or is it F-E-B-R-E-Z-E with one E? It's actually one E.
Yeah.
So is it actually pronounced Febreze then? Is it why would it be E, a hard E there?
It's Febreze.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be Febreze. So how is that?
Right.
So
it's breeze, then there's no E in it. It's just E's, you know what I mean? So that one seems weird. If Mandela Effect don't know how to spell.
So here's one that people are ready to throw hands over. Queens, we are the champions.
Yeah.
This one people are ready to throw hands over.
Yeah.
Because people remember this as the very ending of the song. They say, we are the champions of the world.
Right. Yeah, I remember that too.
And now that's gone.
It just ends.
It just ends. So people are ready to throw hands over that one. Which way do you guys remember it? Let us know in the comments. So we're going to go on. The location of the human heart. This is one of the biological ones that we want to discuss.
Yeah.
So growing up, when you put your hand over your heart, because our heart is to the left, you put your hand here, right?
Right.
That's what I learned growing up. That's what Bob learned growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Now suddenly your heart is in the middle.
Yeah.
And that's one of the weird ones. So, like, the whole biology changed.
Yeah, weird.
So then also you've got the location of the kidneys on with that one. I was taught the kidneys sat just a little below the rib cage, right? In your lower back, but at the top of your lower back. Now they're up under your rib cage, right below your shoulder blades.
Right.
So way higher, like a good 4 or 5 inches higher than where we were told they were.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's how you can tell if someone's from an old timeline or a new timeline. Where's your heart? Where's your kidneys?
Yeah.
You know? So, Pikachu's tail, right? Some of the fans recall Pikachu having a black tip at the end of his tail, which I do. I remember from the cartoons that he had a black tip at the end of his tail, and now Pikachu's tail is completely yellow.
Huh.
So, you know, that's another one that people are fighting over, because that is a well-known character. Obviously, a lot of people know about,
it's like the main
Pokemon
character.
Right. Luke, I am your father from Star Wars.
Right.
So it is, you know, Luke, I am your father, but in reality, it is no, I am your father.
Right.
This one, I side with no, I am your father.
Yeah, I do too.
Because he asked Obi-Wan, he says, did Obi-Wan tell you about your father? And he's like, you killed my father. And he says, no, I am your father.
Right.
So that one I remember as the no, I am your father.
Yeah.
So, but I'm one of those crazy, you know, people that remember like every line of a friggin' movie.
Yeah.
So, number 8 we're going to come back to. Mona Lisa's smile is number 9. Some people recall Mona Lisa having a more noticeable smile, while today she doesn't have a smile. I'm in the fact of the no smile.
Yeah,
I've always known that she hasn't had a smile.
Yeah. Some of these, I think, were like advertising campaigns during the 80s, and people remember that advertising campaign as opposed to the real thing. Because I remember there was an advertising campaign where Mona Lisa had a grin on her face, and I don't remember what it was for, but I remember that commercial, and not, you know what I mean, but not the picture. Like the painting still has the same look that she always did, you know what I'm saying? But I do remember that ad where she was like, had a smirk on her face, and then I think she put sunglasses on in one of them, you know, like, but I think that could be a thing too, where people's like advertising and media has layered in into people's memories, and then it corrupted the actual memory that they have.
The original memory, yeah. That makes sense. Makes sense. So, the Kit Kat hyphen.
Yeah.
Everybody, you know, believe there was a hyphen between Kit and Kat, and there actually is not. I'm in the camp of the hyphen. I'm in the hyphen camp.
I kind of think it did have a hyphen.
Yeah, I'm in the hyphen camp. So C-3PO's leg.
Yeah.
Everybody believes that C-3PO is entirely a gold color, when in actuality, one of his legs is silver.
Yeah.
So I'm in the full gold category. Maybe I never noticed, but I am in the full gold category.
I kind of think that this one is another one of those with, like I was talking about, the media, because the toys always had 2 gold legs.
Yeah.
But in the movie, he has 1 silver lower leg. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think,
because I had the toy up until literally the beginning of this year. I had one of the C-3PO action figures.
So I think that's where it comes from in that one. You know, like in the movie, it you know, was so long ago that people kind of glaze over it. But the toys they had for longer exposure to, and the toys he always had gold legs.
I wonder if, now are you talking about the original or the re-edited version?
No, the original one.
Okay. Because I was thinking maybe the re-edited version, you know, the one that
they silvered out his leg.
They silvered out his leg. So, which might have been the idea of, you know, now I can't think of his name. Anyway, Star Wars creator.
Oh, George Lucas.
George Lucas. Maybe that was an idea of George Lucas to have him with 1 silver leg, and didn't put it in until the second editing a movie. But I'll have to go back and look. I will definitely look on this one. Number of human ribs. That's another one of those biological ones.
Yeah.
I've always heard that women had 1 less rib.
Yeah.
Right? So now they're saying both genders typically have 24 pair. So that one is one of those biological weird ones. So The Mr. Rogers theme song.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Mr. Rogers. You were fantastic. I remember you growing up.
Yeah.
The opening line of the show, remembered as "It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood," but the real lyrics are "It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood." I think it was both ways, because he repeats that line, and I think it was both ways.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
Because that's not just a one-line thing.
I think the one where he says, "It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, it's a beautiful day for a neighbor," right?
Yeah.
And then I think he changes it to "into this neighborhood." But I think in the part where he says, it, you know,
right,
in the chorus of it, it's this neighborhood, but in the actual lyric, it's the neighbor. But I didn't listen to it recently, but that's my opinion.
Okay, Looney Tunes. All right, is it Looney Tunes, Tunes, or is it Looney Tunes, Toons? I'm in the camp of the Toons, but it is actually Tunes. Now, here's my question. What in the world would the Looney Tunes have anything to do with the word tunes, musical?
Right.
Right? It's always been Toons to me.
Cartoons.
Like,
right.
yeah, like cartoons, exactly.
Right. So it's Looney Tunes, like
cartoons.
Right.
Yeah, that's the way it's always been to me, right? And Kim agrees, and a lot of our viewers on TikTok definitely agree with that one.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's a weird one to be the other way. You know what I mean? Like I would think that it would be Looney Tunes with an O,
right,
and then our memory would be the TU.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that one seems like obvious.
Yeah, that one is an obvious one, like you said, cartoons.
Right.
You know. So the one I wanted to come back to is number 8, the Fruit of the Loom logo. People remember the Fruit of the Loom logo with a cornucopia behind the fruit.
Right.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. I did see a video a few weeks ago of how someone found evidence that, yes, it did have a cornucopia.
Mm.
They found old t-shirts. They found old advertisement. And here's the thing. Now we're going to get to the conspiracy theories. One of the conspiracy theories is that the government is trying to see how much of our history they can change and get away with.
Right, right.
So they're gonna test the waters with these little things to see how much they can rearrange and you know,
right,
and get away with. So, I mean, there's other parts of history that, you know, we're not get into political stuff where already people believe that one political party did this and it was actually the other political party.
Right.
So there's a lot of that out there already. So maybe our government is testing.
They're trying to retcon
trying to rewrite history on us. So, and Kim agrees with me that yes, someone had a shirt, right? I did see that video that someone actually said, you know, here it is. That falls into the government mind control program theory.
Yeah.
The theory that suggests the Mandela effects are part of a government mind control experiment. They believe that government agencies may be using advanced technologies to alter public perceptions and test how easily human memory can be manipulated. The goal could be confuse and distract the public or prepare them for a large-scale deception.
Yeah.
So that's... I don't know about that. I wouldn't say it's a mind control thing. Like we just said, I think it's a mislead thing. I think it's a psyop.
Misdirection. They want to see how far they can.
Yeah, to see how far they can take it.
Yeah.
Right. So. So also we've got one of the most popular is the parallel universe theory.
Yeah.
All right. So according to this theory, people with conflicting memories stem from having lived in alternate realities where small details like the spelling of Berenstain or the Monopoly Man were different. People who remember the wrong details are believed to be recalling information from a different universe or timeline that they once inhabited.
Right.
And that falls along with, when we talk about multi-universe.
Yeah, and quantum immortality.
And things like that. So, you can get deep into those, time travel alterations. Some people believe that maybe somebody went back in time and messed with a few things, which caused, and I mean, even small things. You never know what small little thing can have that ripple effect to change multiple things in the future. And maybe some of us, that ripple effect didn't hit us so hard, so we remember things from the old time, and it's where it got flipped on its head and got changed or whatever.
Yeah.
So, that's another one of them. I know a big one that a lot of people believe is the CERN and the Hadron Collider.
Right.
Right. So, was it Einstein or was it? I can't think of his name, in the wheelchair.
Oh. What was that guy's name?
I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I can't.
It eludes me. But it is believed that if we found the God particle, that we would end life as we know it.
Right.
Well, guess what happened? And I think it was it 2012? It was a while back.
Yeah,
it was quite a while back. I don't know the exact date on that, the exact year. But we fired up the CERN, the Hadron Collider, right? And found the God particle. And that's when they believe that when they discovered the Higgs boson particle, that jumped us a timeline, or we actually destroyed our timeline or our universe, and we got switched into another one.
Right.
So maybe it was here we go. So when we talked about multiverses, we talked about immortality, right? Where you jump timelines into a new timeline where you didn't die.
Yeah.
What if they did destroy our timeline and everybody got pushed into this other timeline?
Yeah.
So that's a big one right there. That's a rabbit hole you can go down.
Yeah. There's a lot of people.
Yep, Hawking. Thank you, Amy.
They believe that 1988.
1988.
Like there was something that ended our universe in 1988. Then we shifted to a new timeline after that. Because most of the people who have the Mandela memories have them prior to 1988.
Yep.
So that's why they think that's where the cut was.
Yep. So we did government mind control. So let's simulated reality.
Right.
This is another one that we can go back into the Are We Living in a Simulation, which we did as a prior podcast. So the simulated reality theory, obviously we've discussed this before, that we live in a simulation. According to this theory, glitches in the simulation.
Right.
Like movie lines or product logos get altered and are responsible for the Mandela effect. Now, these glitches create discrepancies between people's memories and current reality. The idea is that either we are in a computer-generated simulation or that powerful beings are controlling our perception, which we always love to go back to this movie too.
Yeah.
They Live.
Yeah.
You guys need to go watch that movie if you've never seen that movie with Rowdy Piper. You definitely need to go back and see that, and I will unblock that, Kim. So, sorry, trying to keep track of the TikTok live comments and our comments going on up here at the same time. So, which one do you like best, Bob? Which theory do you like?
I don't know. The Berenstain Bears one hits me because I know for a fact that it was
Right.
Berenstain, not the
I-E, not A-N.
Yeah.
Or I-A.
Why would we have said Berenstain all them years if it was actually Steen? You know what I mean?
Right.
Then I just don't understand.
Well, and along with that, same with the pronunciation, the Febreze one.
Right.
The Febreze, why would you call it Febreze? Why would that be a hard E?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Why wouldn't it be EEZE.
Febrazy, right?
Yeah, it's like Febrazy, yeah. So, but the one the ones that really get me are the biological ones, right?
Yeah.
So the heart, the ribs, the kidneys, like that's what we learned growing up. Like your heart is here. Like here's my chest bone. Your heart sits from the edge of the chest bone out to here. So just left of center.
Right.
Now they're saying it is right here.
Right in the center.
Right in the center. So that's one that gets me. The biological ones are the ones that really chew me up, that make me not sleep at night.
Well, and I remember, from anatomy, biology in school, being taught that, and then now, as a funeral director actually working on bodies, I've seen that the heart is in the middle. You know what I mean? So you're like, I distinctly remember in class having that plastic dude that's missing his chest, and you can see like the one lung is shaped differently because the heart is in that part of the rib cage. You know? But in reality, it's not at all. Right.
So it just, go out there, guys, and dig into this stuff. And actually, you know what? Let's talk about what started this whole Mandela effect, why it's called the Mandela effect.
Oh, yeah, Nelson Mandela.
Because of Nelson Mandela, when I was younger, pre-88, right? Nelson Mandela passed away.
In prison.
In prison. It was the news. That was a thing, right?
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden here, like, I don't know how many years back, they said, oh, man, Nelson Mandela passed away. We're like, wait, hold on, time out. This happened like years and years ago.
Right.
Wait, what do you mean he passed away just now? Like, we were told that he passed away,
in jail years and years before.
Yep. So that's where the whole name of the Mandela effect comes from.
Yeah, because that's when people first started to notice it and gave it traction, because they're like, no, he died in prison. I remember distinctly. And then they're like, no, he just died today. I'm like, nah.
How'd that happen?
How could one dude died twice, right?
Right.
So, no.
So, we encourage you guys to go out and look into some others of these, because, Bob and I, we like to bring things to your attention, and we encourage you guys to go out and do research on your own, because we want you to come up with your own theories. Because we don't want to tell you how to think, right? We want you, because that's not how science grows. If everybody thinks one way, science doesn't grow. So we want you guys to go out and explore this, and do some information, go down that rabbit hole a little bit, and see what's going on out there. Check out those other Mandela effects. There's tons of them.
Oh, yeah.
We literally just had AI give us, like, what did we get, 15?
Yeah,
I think
15.
we did. We probably could have done 20 and got 20, or 25 and got 25. So there's so many out there.
You could do a whole podcast just on the company logos that have changed.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how many there are, or the names of companies that are different.
Right.
And just, it's so crazy. Once you start to go down the rabbit hole of Mandela effect stuff, you'll
go deep.
Hole.
It's a deep hole. Bring a rope, some climbing gear, because you're going to be down there a bit. Pitch a tent at the bottom. You're definitely going to be down there for a while. So,
James Bond's Jaws. I was just reading about that the other day.
Mm-hmm.
There's a girl in the James Bond movie with Jaws. Remember the guy with the big teeth? He bites through the cable or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, in that movie, he bites through the cable, and then the cable cars crash, right? And it makes a whole big mess and everything. And then this pretty girl comes up to Jaws, and she smiles with her braces, and he smiles with his big teeth, and then they just hold hands and walk off together, and it's kind of like this whole thing. Well, in the movie now, she smiles at him and she don't have any braces. So then it's like the whole scene just doesn't work now.
Right.
Because she looks at him and she smiles, and she's just a regular girl, Right. And then he smiles with his big metal teeth, and then they're like, oh, look, and they walk away, and you're like, that's ridiculous. Like, what sense does that make? The whole premise of it was that she had braces, and then he has the big
metal teeth,
so then the two of them, like, became friends all of a sudden. You know what I mean? So
wasn't Jaws the same guy in Happy Gilmore?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. It's been a while. He's been around a long time.
Yeah.
But he hasn't really aged much, has he?
No, he's gone now.
Yeah, well, he's gone now, but I'm just saying, between the time of the James Bond movie and the Happy Gilmore movies, he didn't age a lot.
No.
He stayed relatively looking the same. So
he's a great big dude.
He is a great big dude. Well, he was a great big dude. Rest in peace, buddy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, definitely go down that rabbit hole, guys. Check out all those different Mandela effects. If you want to talk to Bob or I, you can check out Bob. You can send him an email at therealveritasproject@gmail.com. I'm investigator.todd.paranormal@gmail.com. And all Bob's social medias are RS Curtis or The Real Veritas Project, or obviously here on TikTok, The Veritas Project.
Yeah.
If you're along for the ride and you followed Bob on here, follow Investigator Todd down below. That's me. But we normally are live together, but I do have different content than Bob. So I do a lot of cemetery investigations. I go out and check out old cemeteries. I love old cemeteries. Yeah. It's awesome to think that there's people buried there that have been there for like 200 years, you know. It's just, it's wild.
I get enough of that at work.
Yeah. So, yeah, Bob definitely does. He's a funeral director for those new people.
Spend my off time in the cemetery. I get enough of it during the day.
So, yep, definitely check out all our social medias. I'm Investigator Todd on everything. If you enjoyed today's video, please like, comment, and share. Hit the little subscription. You know, we could always use more people. We're trying to get out there and do great things. Also, if you're watching on TikTok, we do occasionally go live and do live paranormal investigations. Don't forget, guys, that 3-hour video from the Lemp investigation from the first annual meet and greet is out there for you guys to peruse. I know some people said they started putting stuff in the comments.
Yeah.
Some people started putting some things in the comments.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Yep. And we'll have to go back and take a look at those. And, you know, definitely go out there, do your own investigative work on the whole Mandela effect thing. And as always,
stay curious.
And find the truth. And we will catch you guys next time. Oh, before we go, I almost forgot. I want to say it here. Next week is our 1-year anniversary for the podcast, and we will be doing a revisit. We'll kind of go through and discuss maybe little things that we saw, but we're going to go revisit all the old podcasts. You know, we're going to roll through them and see if there's anything that maybe something new information. Yeah. So join us next week. Don't forget to check out Bob tomorrow on Mondays. Bob goes live on TikTok roughly about 9 a.m. to edit the podcast, and I usually join Bob, and you know we have a little chit chat, and Bob edits the podcast while we sit, and you're going to get that theme music stuck in your head, I guarantee. So thanks, guys, for joining us again, and thank you for coming to the Veritas Project podcast, and we will catch you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
See ya.